All right. In this video, we are covering how to automatically send out personalized videos based on webhooks. So this opens up a ton of new use cases and possibilities. If you want, for example, somebody to receive a personalized video from the founder of your business or a member of your sales team or their customer service representative that's been assisting them immediately after an interaction, that could be they've just closed off a ticket with you or they filled out a lead magnet to download a white paper and you want to follow up with them to convert that lead. Those are all things that are now possible thanks to this capability. And we're going to start with a example. So starting with basically my LinkedIn page and producing a video automatically based on a button that's on my profile. So if we just start here, this is the video right here that we are going to be basically generating. See, there's been about 13, 14 people now that have filled this out. To make this happen, we're going to basically create a contact in here together right now. So here we are within LinkedIn. You can see this auto send me a video button. This is going to open up a HubSpot form. And when someone fills out that form, that's going to be the trigger for the webhook. Okay, so if we enter in some basic information here, let's just say Harley Finkelstein, I believe is like president of Shopify, something like that. So we'll just do that. Shopify.com and Harley at shop.com, we'll say, and submit. Okay. So that is, that's the trigger, all done. So at this point, what we are expecting to see is that a video is being produced for Harley in Potion. We're going to head over here into Potion and just refresh the page. Okay, upon refreshing the page, we can see Harley here. The video is processing. So importantly, this is kicked off automatically without me having to do anything. And later on, this HubSpot form, if we pop into HubSpot, is a part of a workflow that's going to send out that email automatically. So contact submits form, Graham LinkedIn profile view, delay 10 minutes. This just gives enough time for the videos to process. And then importantly, we're sending out a email called Graham LinkedIn button. And it's got a 62.5% click-through rate, which is fantastic. So that is exactly the process that we are wanting to create. So how do you actually make this happen? You're going to need some type of middleware. We recommend Zapier. It's easy to find there. If you have an alternative solution and want to use raw webhooks, that is possible, but reach out to a team member for documentation. This is going to be how to do it with Zapier today, the most popular of those easy automation systems, if you will. So to make this happen, let's jump in and take a look at what this app looks like. So to start off, this is really quite simple. It's a two-part Zap based on a trigger, and the event is just adding the name into Potion. Okay, so the trigger itself is quite straightforward. In our case, it's a HubSpot form submission. To create this, let's just go into edit and we'll basically pull back the curtain here in terms of how this works. You're going to select your app and event. If HubSpot wasn't selected, you'd have to find it in the list. So HubSpot, you get the idea. And then we're choosing new form submission. This can be a number of other things though. So let's say a prospect enters a list. Let's say they sign a quote, you name it. You can use all of the various actions to kick off this process, enabling you to really use this to cover a wide range of use cases anywhere that you want people to receive personalized videos. From here, I'm going to select continue. And if you aren't already logged into HubSpot, you will need to do that, or whatever system it is that you're using to automatically generate the video. So if you, for example, received a Typeform submission, maybe you're using that instead of HubSpot forms, you'd have to log in, provide access to your Typeform account. We're going to hit continue from here. And then this is the form name is Graham LinkedIn profile view. You can see here some various other forms, meeting links for when people book with us. You get the idea. But in my case, I've already got the right one selected because I've pre-built this. So Graham LinkedIn profile view, we'll just go ahead, select that, hit continue. And it's going to pull up some sample information. So in this case, brianbhhubspot.com, it's a sample contact. The point is that HubSpot is effectively connected to Zapier and able to pull in information from a form submission. Therefore, we are good to move on from the trigger into the event. Okay, so the event, this is the second part of the step. Okay, it's what do we want to happen once the trigger has actually started. So the trigger's kicked off now. What are we trying to achieve? You're going to go ahead and search for Potion. So we're going to create this as if it's a brand new step. We're going to search for Potion here, go to beta, select it, awesome. Now from here, we have two different types of events in Potion. There's basically video views, that kind of thing, or adding names. The video views are triggers. Adding names is an event or an action. So that's all you're going to see here if you've got it as the second or third step, basically anything other than the trigger. So you really can't mess this part up. We're just going to go ahead and hit continue. And FYI, you will need to provide access to your Potion account in this next step. If you have multiple team members, you will need to create the Zap for each team member that you're ultimately trying to set up the workflow for. Okay, so every unique profile, you'll need to connect to Zapier, and you'll need them to generate their API key to do that. If you're unfamiliar with that process, there is a knowledge base article connecting Potion to Zapier. So we'll make sure to link that wherever you're receiving this video so you can get that first, most basic step done. Okay, so from here, we basically need to specify what we want to happen. The action, this is ultimately determining which video and what information we want to pass to that video for the name generation. So to do that, I'm going to head over to Potion and the video that I want to generate. So this is the video here. It's this video of me called Creepy or Cool. Let me know your thoughts. And if you take a look at the URL, everything that you see after app.sendpotion.com and then this slash is what you're going to want to copy. This is your video ID, okay? So quick call out, you're doing this for the template. If you did select a specific person, it's going to be different. So we just want to make sure that we're using the template version. To get that and be 100% confident, you can either refresh the page when you're on here. If you're seeing the generic version, you're going to have the right template. Alternatively, go to copy video template link, paste this into a new tab, and then from there, you'll be able to basically see exactly what the video ID is. So in our case, it's this one here. And we're going to jump back into Zapier now and paste that in. Okay, so template video ID is entered. At this point, the name. This is, if you think back to the 3 columns in Potion when you're personalizing a video, let's hop back in here, add more prospects. This is what we're basically deciding goes into this column automatically. So what are we passing into this column? That is determined here in this first step of the action. So we want to pull this in from our original source. So when somebody filled out the form, there was a first name property, and we're going to use that to ultimately populate what is going in the first name column in Potion. So I'm going to select first name. Next is email. So again, email corresponds with this basically column here and is the unique identifier for who is receiving the video. Okay. So apologies, I'm a little bit all over the place. All right. So email, this is the unique identifier for who's receiving the video, and it makes sure that the right Brian gets the right video as opposed to, Brian at salesforce.com. It'd be a disaster. So we're going to choose email bh@hubspot.com. And what this is saying is, again, use whatever was submitted in the form submission to go into this second column of email. So if you actually take a look at the form, there is, and if we go really quickly into the edit option, here we go. There's an email property. Yep. This email property is what is basically being passed here in the Zap to this email property. Next is the background URL. So I had folks submit their website or LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that in, website or LinkedIn profile. If you're using this to qualify leads, for example, somebody submits information about themselves, you want to send them a video, asking them to answer a few qualifying questions, something like that, you can do that. And then you'll have all of the information that you might need to fill out this form. Next, we'll go ahead and hit continue. And that's it. If we go to test this step now, what we will see is we should have seen Brian at HubSpot.com got passed into Potion on this video. It might have already used that example contact once before, so I'm not expecting it to come through. But if it does, it will be any second now. So let's just give it one moment and wait. All right. And let's just check if... oh yeah, there it is. Brian BH at HubSpot.com had previously come through. Okay, so that's all there is to it. In short, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need to figure out what you want as your trigger. So typically, this is coming in the form of like form submissions, people filling out lead magnets, all kinds of stuff like that. and can be as complex as somebody signing a quote to kick off a new customer onboarding workflow with videos the whole way. All kinds of stuff like that can be done. Then from there, once you've got your action figured out, you need to produce your video and grab the video template, and you're going to pass this information into Zapier. And lastly, you need to figure out exactly how you're going to deliver that video if it is automatic. HubSpot has awesome workflows to make that happen where you can add in delays and make sure that the video is processed prior to sending. So if that is something that you're going to struggle with, do reach out to the team. We're more than happy to help. And we look forward to supporting you with your automation journey and making business and life just a little bit easier. Alrighty. Hope to hear from you. Bye for now.